Myself Pushpalatha from EEE Department final year. My seminar topic is testing of bushing. This topic is come under high voltage engineering. Now I am explaining the testing of bushing. The contents of power frequency test, impulse voltage test, temperature rise and thermal stability test. In power frequency test there are 5 mainly tests. There are power factor voltage test, internal or partial discharge test, momentary withstand test at power frequency, 1 minute withstand test at power frequency, visible discharge test at power frequency. In impulse voltage test there are 2, full wave withstand test and sharper wave withstand test. Now we see the power frequency test. The power frequency test is mainly set up as in service or immersed in oil. In this test, whether the bushing is set up, then the line conductor goes to high voltage as the last voltage goes to the detector side of the shearing bridge. Voltage is applied to the line value in increasing steps and then reduced. Then the tan delta versus applied voltage is drawn, the voltage is drawn. This is usually is routine test. Sometimes it is conducted on the percentage basis. The capacitance and the power factor are recorded in each step. And we go the internal or partial discharge test. This test is to find the disorientation or failure due to internal discharges. Conducted using partial discharge arrangements. There is conducted using internal or partial discharge arrangements. Here the voltage versus discharge magnitude gives us another performance is observed. It is also a routine test. And we go momentary withstand test at power frequency. It is based on IS 2009. The bushing has to withstand tablet test voltage without flashover or puncture for minimum minute is 30 seconds to measure the voltage. Now see 1 minute withstand test at power frequency. It is most common and routine test. The test is carried in dry or wet for 1 minute. The dry region is also wet region is commonly for this test. In wet test, rain arrangement is mounted as in service. The service is become the wet test only, not for the dry test. Properly designed bushing should withstand without flashover for 1 minute. And the last topic from power frequency test is visible discharge test at power frequency. The power frequency test conducted on IS 2009 conducted to determine radio interference during service, conducted in dark room, should not be able visible discharges other than arcing ons or cord rings. This test is not really does not give any information for its satisfaction performance. In service which impulse and partial discharge test given correct information. Then go to the second test, impulse voltage test. Impulse voltage test conducts 2 main tests. One is full wave withstand test and other is chopper wave withstand test. The full wave withstand test is conducted. Bushing is tested for either polarity voltages. 5 consecutive full wave is applied. If 2 of them flashed over, then 10 additional applications are done. One is 1 flashed over and then 10 additional applications are done. This test is determined whether bushing is likely to given a radiant interference effect in service. When voltage specified, then no discharges other than that is from the arcing ons. The chopper wave withstand test sometimes done on HV bushing, that is 220 kV, 400 kV and above. Switching surge flashover test is used for HV bushings. There are also carried out same as above full wave test. The test is conducted in chopper wave test only. Then we move on to the last test from testing of bushing, that is temperature rise and thermal stability tests. The thermal stability test contains bushing rated for 132 kV above. To observe the temperature rise and to ensure that it does not go into thermal runaway condition. Temperature rise test is done at ambient temperature that is below 40 degrees Celsius at a rated power frequency. It is mainly for the temperature rise test is done. These all the contents are followed by the temperature rise. The steady temperature rise should not exceed 45 degrees Celsius. That is very important. Test is carried out for long time and increase in temperature is less than 1 degree Celsius per hour. This test is enough to produce large dielectric loss and thermal instability. That thermal stability is done for bushing rated for 132 kV above. The 132 kV above is normal for any testers in thermal stability test also. Carried out on the bushing immersed in oil at maximum service temperature with 86% of normal system voltage. These are all comes under the thermal stability test. This is a type test for low rating and routine test for high ratings. Now we see the testing of bushings of all testers. First is power frequency test and another is impulse voltage test and temperature rise and thermal stability test. These all discussed topics. The in power frequency test there is a routine test and common test are there, and impulse test there is a low rating test and routine tests are there. In uh, temperature rise and thermal stability test is also having the low rating and routine test. It is very important to testing of pushing. These are we are discussed in the 2 3 tests. Thank you.